Welcome back, fellow coding facilitators. Jared O'Leary here with BootUp. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do the Can't Stop Dancing project inside of Scratch. So let's take a look at the ScratchJr project. So again, there are no events to start these. We're just clicking on the code just to learn how to experiment by changing these parameters and adding in repeats. All right, so that's what it looked like in ScratchJr. So now let's take a look at what it looks like inside of Scratch. So inside of our icon cat, which has the icon blocks, we can click here to go to the center, and then we can zoom in. So again, because we don't recommend starting with this as the first couple of projects, we recommend starting with the project 8 and 9, where you will simply click and then cause it to play a sound, because that's very easy to do. You can add in this when sprite is clicked block, and then you can make it so that it will cause Scratch Cat to jump. And so the goal of this is to get kids to experiment with changing the different parameters. So that's what happens when we jump with 15, and this is what happens when we jump with 5. Here's what happens when we jump with 1, and here's what happens when we jump with 5. Okay, so let's take a look at the other codes and see how it's similar or different from the previous project preview. So it causes it to spin, jump, and then spin the other way. Okay, this one's going to move to the right and then go back to the middle of the screen. This one will jump 4 times. 3, 4. This one will move right and up 4 times. And then this one's going to move right, left, and then jump 3 times. Okay, so all the same idea is in terms of how to use these. So this, again, is using the icon blocks. However, you can also use XY coordinates. So here's what it would look like with that. So we have another Scratch Cat, and we could make it so that we can use the Y to say to add Y or to take away Y, which will make it go up and down, which makes it jump. We can have it turn. Okay, so all the same ideas, and you can check out the code inside of here. Okay, so this is a little bit more complicated, but the goal of this is not to get kids to replicate what is in the project preview, but to get kids to experiment with, well, what happens if I change this to a big number and this to a small number? Or what happens if I change this one thing to a small number, etc. So the point of this is to experiment with the different parameters and to add in the repeat block. So again, you can do that with the icons, and then just tell kids, hey, make sure to find this repeat block by looking for this color and looking for the one that looks like that. And then, cool, now it's gonna spin around 12 times, etc. Okay, so that's how you can do the Can't Stop Dancing project inside of Scratch. Again, just focus on changing the parameters and using the repeats and experimenting with those different blocks, whether you use the My blocks or the motion blocks. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know something that you learned or created in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe, like, and check out the links in the description for even more free resources, such as videos, free lesson plans, and our podcast.